Can you hear me? Hello guys. I hope I'm audible. Yes? Great. Hello everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today on the Amul live show, which we are going to celebrate the Mango Festival. A year ago when the lockdown happened, Amul I would say, it was a very smart decision. They started this Amul live FB show where they asked chefs, professional from the industry, along with housewives, to come onto the Amul platform and showcase, different ingredients, different food styles, different preparations. And today they have completed over a year, having won several awards. Not only are they, they brought the home into the kitchen, and the kitchen, the professional kitchen, literally into the home. Here, I am very pleased and happy to be part of this event today. I'm Meher Basoni. I'm representing Don Bosco College Hospitality Studies, a college that has been in Mumbai for over 12 years. Every year, we have wonderful, excellent students who are learning the basics and the grind in the kitchen at our college. And we have a very excellent set of professional staff as well. I just want to say thank you, Amul. Thank you, Don Bosco, for letting me be on this platform and having this opportunity. I'm going to begin now. I'm making hot, cheesy tacos with a 2 mango salsa. Can you hear me, guys? Am I audible? I hope I'm audible, everyone. Great. So let's start. Like I said, I'm doing hot, cheesy tacos. Taco, all of us know, we refer to the taco shell, which is what we're very familiar with. But I wonder if you are aware that tacos are made from actually tortillas. Okay, these are the soft tortillas, and when you serve the tacos internationally, particularly in Mexico, they're actually the soft variety that get filled, and when you're serving them, they're always served 2 of the tortilla shells to make into a taco. It becomes a taco only once you fill up the filling, no matter what the filling is. Today we are doing a paneer filling with a cheese sauce and a mango salsa. But the taco shell, as we know it, this is a more familiar way of the taco being shown and eaten. But traditionally, the tacos are made with these soft tortillas, as they are referred to. Okay, so I'm going to begin now. I'm beginning with the making of my salsa. Now, what is a salsa? I think most of us understand a salsa to be a sauce. What you also need to know is that salsa, it could be cooked, it could be uncooked. I'm doing the uncooked version of the salsa, what is commonly referred to as a salsa crudo. Okay, my salsa, like I said, is the 2 mango salsa. I'm making a salsa with fresh mangoes as well as with the raw mango, or the ripe and the raw. Along with that, I'm using red peppers, green pepper, a little bit of red onion which is finely cut, and cilantro or coriander leaves as we commonly know it. Now I'm going to make the dressing for this salsa. Very simple. You have a choice of just mixing all the ingredients and pulsing them in your blender, but then you have this fear, is it going to become absolutely soft and mushy? Now to avoid that, what I like to do is I cut my ingredients the way I do. I will simply mix or muddle the ingredients for the dressing and then mix them up together and let that remain. So let's begin. I'm beginning with, I've taken 1 tablespoon of chopped garlic. I'm using fresh red chilies 1 tablespoon again. Into this, I'm going to add in a little bit of apple cider vinegar. Just a cap. You could add in a little more, you know, depending. It's going to be a little sweet, a little bit salty, a little bit spicy. So here I have a little bit of pepper, which I'm adding inside, and a small dash of olive oil. Along with this, I also want to take a little bit of coriander, just a little bit. I'd like to sort of, you know, infuse the flavor, and all I'm going to do is muddle this together, not really grind it, simply muddle this together. I'm allowing the flavors to mesh, to sort of come together. I want the texture to be as coarse as possible. Like I said, you have a choice. Put that into the blender and pulse it together with all the ingredients. You could always do that. Have a look at that. It looks really nice. It's smelling good. Yes, I want one more ingredient into it, and that is salt. Just mixing that once again, bringing all of that together, and here it's ready. I have the, if you can see it, it's really coarse. I want this coarseness. I like the bite and the texture that will come through. I'm going to just take this and add it to these ingredients. Now you can moderate the quantity. If you like it more spicy, you could add in some more. If you like it less, up to you. And one other ingredient that I would like to add on is some chipotle spice mix. Now chipotle are actually dried jalapeno chilies, and this is a spice mix with the dried jalapeno, and it forms what is referred to as the Mexican chipotle sauce. I'm just mixing all of this together. Simple, isn't that? Just mix it. Look at these beautiful colors. You have the yellow of the mango, the green of the mango. You have the cilantro or the coriander. You have all the spices. You have the pepper. You have red chilies. All of this coming together. And if you can, you know, just serve this together exactly like this. Or if you want it slightly, you know, if your idea is that let me have it a little bit with a dropping consistency, you could always add in 1 spoon or a little more, depending on how you like it, of mango puree. This is just to give it a little bit of cohesiveness. As you can see, there's not too much of liquid inside it. We don't want it to be watery. We want it to hold its structure, to hold its shape, and thereby, you know, fill into the taco shell as we would like to. So here we have our salsa is ready.
There's a question, where do we get chipotle mix?
Okay, chipotle mix, you'd probably get it at any of the gourmet shops. And if you don't have it, you could always try with any other barbecue seasoning powder, you know, any of the international barbecue seasoning powders that are there. And if you still can't get it, no stress. Just take a little bit of chili powder, add in a little bit of dried garlic powder. You can get mixed herbs, take salt, pepper, mix it, make your own little mix of, you know, the peppers, and your seasoning rub is ready. Okay, so I have this ready, and I'm just going to keep it aside now. The next thing is we're going to work with our paneer. This is the Amul paneer, which is available in the market. You get them in these 200-gram packets. I have kept it open just for you to see. This is how it looks. It's really nice and dry. It's very good in texture. It is firm. And the best part of this paneer is that it's very pleasant to taste. Now, a lot of us, you know, we know that paneer and cottage cheese is what we truly believe. It is, and that's absolutely right. Paneer is a type of cottage cheese, but the difference being that paneer is not got any salt. Okay, it also doesn't have any cream, so it's really actually healthy protein to consume. I have simply taken the paneer slab and I have cut them into 10 even sized batons, because this is how I want to use them. You can use them anyhow you want, you know, different ways. You can cube them and use them in different foods, or grate them and make paneer balls, whatever. So this is the paneer cubes that I have kept ready. Now I'm going to make a slurry. A slurry is just a mixture of flour and water to help us coat the paneer. I'm taking flour, but I'm not going to be taking water. I thought the paneer is one cheese which is pretty neutral in flavor, and therefore it requires certain seasoning spices to be added if you want to increase that, you know, taste profile which is acceptable and happy on the palate. For that, I have chosen to use the Amul Masti spiced buttermilk. It's really very tasty, an extremely refreshing drink, particularly in this hot weather that we're going through. And what I'm going to do is simply make a slurry. With 2 tablespoons of flour. I'm simply mixing this together.
Can you move that placement? It's reflecting.
If you think the slurry is too thin, you could always add in a little bit more. It's supposed to help you to coat the crumbs which we will be putting on our paneer. Okay, so here I have a slurry which is ready. Just give me a second, guys. I'll bring one.
Flour is maida?
Yes, flour is absolutely maida.
Do you have any YouTube channel?
Yes, I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Come Let's Eat. Please do come and see me on that channel. So here I've mixed up the flour with the...
Say this in Hindi, please. Somebody is asking to say this in Hindi.
slurry.
Yeah, what have you done for the
Okay.
slurry?
मैंने अमूल का छाछ लिया है. ये अमूल का छाछ, इसका मैंने एक घोल बनाया है. घोल आप पानी और मैदा से भी बना सकते हैं, पानी और आटा से भी बना सकते हैं, ऐसे कुछ नहीं है. लेकिन पनीर क्या है, बहुत टेस्ट में थोड़ा, क्योंकि उसमें नमक नहीं होता है, वो टेस्ट में थोड़ा कम आता है. छाछ के अंदर वैसे सब मसाला, स्पाइसेस और नमक सब कुछ है, इसलिए मैंने छाछ लिया है और उसके अंदर मैंने 2 चम्मच ऐसे मैदा को मिक्स कर दिया और उसको मिक्स करके उसका एक घोल बनाया. अगर आपको लगे ना कि ये थोड़ा पतला दिखता है तो आप उसमें थोड़ा और मैदा भी ऐड कर सकते हो और उसको मिक्स करके उसको एक थोड़ा घट, लेकिन एकदम घट भी नहीं और एकदम पानी जैसा भी नहीं, उसको मिक्स करके ऐसा सिर्फ मिक्स करके उसको रख दिया. अभी इसको आप टेस्ट करोगे ना तो इसमें सॉल्ट भी है, थोड़ा मसाला भी है, क्योंकि छाछ में मसाला है. तो क्या है, पनीर जब इसके अंदर जाएगा थोड़ा उसका टेस्ट पनीर में भी आ जाएगा. ओके, तो ये हमारा स्लरी है. दिस इज द स्लरी. इट इज रेडी, गाइज. नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू मेक अनदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इंग्रेडिएंट for the paneer, and that is I'm going to take crumbs which I'm going to add. I'm going to take these paneer pieces, put it in this slurry, and then, you know, roll it or dust it in the crumb, and then I'm going to
What crumbs are these?
fry them. So what I'm going to do here is I've taken panko crumbs. Panko crumbs are just like your regular breadcrumbs, excepting the process making of panko is slightly different. This is a Japanese variety, also available throughout the world today. The advantage of using a panko crumb in your fried food is that it makes your food a little bit more crisper and lets it remain crisper for a longer period of time. But if you don't have panko, you're absolutely okay to use regular breadcrumbs. So here what I've done, I've got these breadcrumbs. Into this, I'm going to again add in a little bit of flour. What I'm doing is I'm simply flavoring the breadcrumb. I've got some chili flakes here. I'm adding the chili flakes inside, and I'm choosing to add in a little bit of the chipotle season into this as well. I want to make sure that my paneer cubes, when they fry up and they go into the taco, are going to be bang on, bursting with flavor. And you know, we Indians, just like the Mexicans, we love the taste of our spices. So why not? Into that also a small bit of salt, and then here we go. We're ready with a flavored breadcrumb. Now, you know, you don't, like I said, you don't have your chipotle seasoning. You don't need to worry. Just add in salt, pepper. You can add in some chilies more. Chili flakes now are very easily available. You can just increase your chili flakes. You could add in any other dried herb. You could maybe use basil or rosemary, or you know, any of the other seasonings that are available. So here I have the crumbs, I have my slurry ready, and I have the paneer as well. All I'm going to do is pick this paneer cube and dip it in my slurry. I'm using only my right hand, and I'm going to put it here, and using my left hand I'm simply mixing or allowing the crumb to make sure it's completely coating the paneer cubes. Okay, so once again, same thing, quickly. Why am I using one hand? I want to keep this crumb mixture for as long as it can possibly be without, you know, letting any of the moisture of the slurry enter into the paneer. It just lasts better.
Can we use peri peri masala?
Yes, you could use peri peri, absolutely. No reason why you can't.
And then there's someone who wants salsa recipe in Hindi. You can do it little later on.
Sure, I will explain the salsa recipe. Well, the salsa is really very simple.
In Hindi.
Okay, sorry, in Hindi. Salsa Mexican sauce कैसे बनता है ना, जैसे जो टेबल पे सॉस जाता है, आप खाने के साथ यूज कर सकते हो. टेबल पे रख दिया, उसको नाचो चिप्स के साथ खिला दिया, या इवनिंग स्नैक में चपाती में भर के किसी को खिला दिया. तो हमने क्या किया है, हम लोग मैंगो सीजन सेलिब्रेट कर ले, तो हम लोग मैंगो सालसा बना रहे हैं. तो मैंने फ्रेश मैंगो यानी पका हुआ मैंगो लिया है, उसको चॉप किया. उसमें मैंने थोड़ी कच्ची कैरी वो भी डाला. थोड़ा आपको जितना, आपको ज्यादा मीठा चाहिए, ज्यादा खट्टा चाहिए, वो आपके हिसाब से आप उसको मिक्स कीजिए. उसके अंदर मैंने थोड़ा रेड कैप्सिकम और ग्रीन कैप्सिकम दोनों काटा और उसमें मिक्स किया. थोड़ा उसके साथ प्याज को चॉप किया और मिक्स कर दिया. और प्याज के साथ ऑल्सो थोड़ा कोथमीर, चॉप्ड कोथमीर चॉप करके उसको मिक्स किया. और उसके लिए हमने एक ड्रेसिंग बनाया. ड्रेसिंग में हमने क्या किया है, थोड़ा ये एप्पल साइडर यानी लाल सिरका है, ये लाल सिरका है. आपके पास नहीं होगा ना, तो आप उसके अंदर थोड़ा नींबू का जूस भी ऐड कर सकते हो. मैंने एप्पल साइडर यूज किया और उसके साथ मैंने थोड़ा ऑलिव ऑयल यूज किया और फ्रेश रेड चिलीज यानी लाल मिर्ची जो ड्राई सूखा नहीं है लेकिन फ्रेश है, उसको मिक्स किया और उसमें थोड़ा लहसुन डाला चॉप किया हुआ और उसको थोड़ा खल बट्टे के अंदर मिक्स कर दिया. एकदम ज्यादा पीसा नहीं है, उसको हल्का से मिक्स कर दिया, लेकिन अच्छा से थोड़ा प्रेशर डाल के उसको मिक्स किया तो वो थोड़ा नरम हो जाता है. बस वो मिक्सचर जो हमने बनाया वो हमने सीधा वो अपना मैंगो और ग्रीन मैंगो, फ्रेश मैंगो और कैप्सिकम, लाल कैप्सिकम, ग्रीन कैप्सिकम उसके अंदर मिक्स किया और उसको खाली रखा है साइड में। मैं आपको ये होने के बाद वापस एक फेरी बता देती हूँ, तो आप देख सकते हो कि वो कैसे दिखता है।
Can we use paneer instead of cheese cubes?
Paneer.
Instead of paneer, can we use cheese cubes?
Yes, you can use cheese cubes, but you'll need to make sure that the covering or the coating is really thorough, so that when you're frying it, if there's any part of your cheese cube which is not covered with your mixture, then it will simply melt in the hot oil, and thereby it can, it'll just ooze out into your oil and spoil the oil. Once that happens, it'll become a little difficult to simply bring that together.
And can we use boiled potato cubes instead of paneer?
Yes, you could use boiled potato cubes. You could use any other vegetable that you want to. Absolutely fine.
Are panko crumbs available in local market?
Yes, panko crumbs are available in local markets. You probably need to go to a supermarket or somewhere and simply check. But yes, they are absolutely available in the markets. Okay, so here I have the paneer cubes. Here I have my salsa. It's just resting.
Hindi.
Okay, this is the salsa with all the mango, the raw mango, a little bit of the the mango puree, which has given it a little bit cohesiveness, if you can see, rather than it being simply on its own. Okay, so here I am going. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cheese sauce. So I'm going to make a cheese sauce, a very simple fatafat manner. All I'm doing is taking Amul cream, and this is one cream that I've used extensively throughout my time in the kitchen. I love using Amul cream. It's got a very fresh taste. It works well, particularly on heat, and it augments any of the food as good as anything, I would say. Okay, so here I've taken the Amul cream. I'm simply opening this cream up because I'm going to cook it on a double boiler. You have a choice of taking the Amul cream and simply cooking it in a microwave, but
can you use semolina instead of panko crumbs?
Yes, you can use semolina. Naturally the texture will be a little different, but yes, you absolutely can. Now I'm using the Amul cheese. I have slices of cheese. I'm using the slice because according to me this is really convenient and it melts very easily. So here I'm just putting the cheese pieces into it. If you're cooking it in the microwave, all you need to do is do the same thing what I'm doing right now and put it into the microwave for 30 seconds, not more. I'm not putting it in the microwave just so that I can have a different way of showing you that you can make this sauce very much without a microwave as well. So here I'm using 4 slices of cheese. You want to use 6 slices, 8 slices, 10 slices, absolutely up to you. This cheese is good. It's got a nice strong flavor. It melts very easily and has a good texture when it does so. So I feel with 4 slices we're pretty good. Okay, so here I have that. I'm going to just mix this together, and what is essential is that it needs to be done on a double boiler. So here I have my stove. I've got a pan with the water in a vessel which I'm allowing it to come up to a boil. Okay, I'm going to let this water heat up, and as it heats up I'm simply putting my cheese sauce, as I like to call this. It's just cheese and cream. You want to add in any other ingredients inside, you may do so. I prefer to make the sauce just like this. Some people might say that can we add in some other coloring, or could we add in chili powder and all that? Of course, absolutely up to you. But I've got a little ingredient that I will be adding inside, but I'll add that in once the cheese has completely melted. Now, when you're making cheese sauce, what one needs to be careful is you cook on what is referred to as a double boiler. If you see, the water is boiling in this container. It's boiling over here in this container. This container, on this container, I am placing the container which contains the cream and the cheese. This is so that the cream or the cheese doesn't come into direct contact with the flame. Now, this is going to take a little longer than it would take if I had to put it into the microwave.
Grated mozzarella or cheddar cheese sauce is an option?
Yes, absolutely an option. You can choose any cheese that you'd like the taste of, the flavor of. Traditionally, in a lot of the Mexican Tex-Mex sauces, you have the Jack Monterey cheese, which works well. You can use a combination of mozzarella and any cheddar as well. I've chosen to do the Amul slices because, you know, I'm trying to just make a sauce with what is normally available, and my fridge at any given time will normally have the Amul milk, the Amul cheese, and, you know, a packet of cream definitely kept in my pantry cupboard. So it becomes very easy, even if, you know, friends drop in, guests drop in, and you need to quickly go about making something really fast. Here I'm taking absolute care to see that whilst the cream is beginning to heat, I can feel it. I can see the cream is beginning to heat up here. The cheese is also beginning to melt up, but it's going to take a minute or so, because like I said, we put it on a double boiler. Now, the important thing of a double boiler is, like I said, your vessel in which you're making your sauce should not be on the direct flame. That way you prevent the cheese from burning or curdling.
Can you suggest a recipe for Mother's Day?
For Mother's Day, why don't you make this salsa itself and this cheese sauce and give it to your mother? I'm sure she would love it. Why not? If you want to be a little bit more imaginative, think what else you could fill into a salsa. Now, I've made a salsa with mango. Traditionally, you know, salsas are made with tomatoes. You could do it with tomatoes and mushrooms. You could do any other sauce that you like. And, you know, if you want to make it into a non-vegetarian thing, you could maybe take cubes of chicken or any other meats or fish or whatever, fry that, make some, I don't know, make a pate, make a paste, make something. The purpose is that you fill it into the taco shell. Can you see this, guys? I'm reducing the flame. I don't want the boiling. And if you look at my sauce, the cheese has as good as melted. Can you see this now? It's melted, it's hot, it's smelling absolutely divine. Look at the color, look at the texture of this sauce. It's beautiful. I've got one secret ingredient of mine which I like to add in. I'm just taking a tablespoon of jalapenos and I'm adding that in at this point. Now here, if you want to add in any other ingredient, say you want to add in chopped coriander or you want to add in some herb, you may do so absolutely, but do it once you have finished melting the cheese. Can you see that? It's looking really beautiful. And then that little bit of jalapeno will give it. Sorry, my stove was pinging away, reminding me that I cannot keep it empty. All I'm doing is heating up the oil to fry the paneer. Here my sauce is ready. Can you see? I've done it without a microwave. Cheese has totally melted up and we are ready. Now all I'm going to do,
Mr. Dhingra, she will send you her YouTube channel offline on a message, please. Thank you.
okay, so my oil is heating up. Just give me a couple of minutes. If there are any questions that anyone...
In Hindi, can you just explain this?
Sure.
This cheese sauce.
Okay. ये चीज़ सॉस जो मैंने बनाया है, उसमें मैंने क्या किया, सिर्फ ये अमूल का जो क्रीम है, वो क्रीम का पैकेट खोला और उसके अंदर हमने 4 स्लाइस ये अमूल का चीज़ मिक्स किया। अभी आपको थोड़ा ज़्यादा करना है तो आप 6 स्लाइस डालिए, 8 स्लाइस डालिए, 10 स्लाइस डालिए। उसको सिर्फ हाथ से तोड़ के मिक्स करके उसको डबल बॉयलर माने ये जो गर्म पानी है इसको चूल्हा पे लगा के ऐसा दूसरा हंडी में आप सॉस बनाएंगे और उसको थोड़ा आस्ते आस्ते ऐसा पकाएगा चूल्हा के ऊपर, तो चीज भी मेल्ट हो जाएगा और साथ में आप देखोगे क्रीम फट नहीं जाएगा। क्योंकि जब सॉस बना रहा है चीज का जो सिर्फ क्रीम और चीज के साथ है, आपको ध्यान देना है कि टेस्ट तो अच्छा होना ही चाहिए। और क्यों नहीं होगा, अमूल चीज है, अमूल क्रीम है, लेकिन उससे ज्यादा देखना है कि जो क्रीम है ना वो फट नहीं जाए। अभी आप देखोगे ये क्रीम पक गया है क्योंकि मैंने उसको डबल बॉयलर पे किया है। और उसको जब चीज मेल्ट हो गया उसको मैंने चूल्हे से निकाले, उसको कम से कम 2-3 मिनट लगा, ज्यादा नहीं। और उसके अंदर मैंने चॉप्ड एलोपिनो चिलीज, एक वो जाड़ा वाला मिर्ची आता है ना, अभी आप मार्केट में जाओगे ना तो भावनगरी चिलीज करके मिलता है, वो भी आप यूज कर सकते हो। उसको आप थोड़ा सॉल्ट और वाटर में डाल दीजिए।
Everyone is liking your Hindi.
और उसको सॉल्ट वाटर में 4-5 दिन भी रखेगा, 1 वीक भी रखेगा ना फ्रिज में, तो वो अच्छा से थोड़ा नरम हो जाएगा। और उसको आप चॉप करके वैसे ही मैंने किया है और मैंने अपना खुद चिलीज बनाया है घर में। और उसको सिर्फ मिक्स कर दिया। अभी इसके अंदर आपको थोड़ा हल्दी डालना है, तो आपको थोड़ा ये सीजनिंग पाउडर डालना है, जो आपको चाहिए आप डाल सकते हो उसके अंदर। अभी मुझे सिर्फ चेक करना है कि तेल गरम हुआ नहीं हुआ है। सो just give me a couple of minutes.
Hari mirch can be a substitute for jalapenos.
Sorry?
Green chili, can it be a substitute for jalapenos?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a substitute, but will it work? Yes, it will most definitely work. You know what? The best part about cooking, and in today's age, you're the boss in your kitchen. You make sure it works. So you don't have green chilies, you got fresh chilies, use fresh red chilies. You don't have fresh red chilies, use dried red chilies. Use chili flakes, use chopped green chilies. You want to add in some garlic in your cheese sauce? Who's to stop you? You're the boss in your kitchen. At least I'm the boss in my kitchen. Very much so. Okay, so here I am. I have the...
Okay, can you repeat the salsa recipe once again? Someone's just come in a little late.
Okay, the salsa comprises of chopped ingredients. Since I'm making a 2 mango salsa, the word salsa meaning sauce, it's an uncooked salsa, what we also know as salsa crudo. Okay, I've got dices or very small dices of fresh mango along with small chopped green mango, into which I've also added half a chopped red onion along with 2 tablespoons of chopped red bell peppers and 2 tablespoons of green bell pepper, all chopped up fine and mixed up with cilantro or coriander as we know. I've made my own dressing. In my dressing, I have used some apple cider vinegar, a tablespoon and a half, a little bit of olive oil, and mixed that with chopped garlic and red chilies, fresh red chilies. You don't have fresh red chilies, you can most happily take dried chili flakes as well. Both will do perfectly good. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. You can adjust the seasoning, the spice, the hit of the acidity. You don't have vinegar, apple cider vinegar, just use a red vinegar because those are malt vinegars. They have a sharper, stronger, definite taste. You don't have that also, just go ahead and use a dash of lime. Mix that all together. I've bound that a little bit with some mango pulp. You know, I've just pulped it myself and I've not even pulped it very clean and smooth. And one ingredient that I've added inside is the chipotle seasoning. Now this is a packeted chipotle seasoning powder which is prepared. It's like I said, it's a packet one. What I like about the chipotle seasoning powder is that, you know, chipotle peppers are dried and smoked jalapeno. So the seasoning always has a little smoky taste that sort of elevates the dish to another level. Okay, once again, I just need to check. It's still a little...
Can we add lemon juice?
Yes, you can. Lemon juice, lime juice. you know what, you don't have lemon juice, lime juice, you want to add a dash of orange squash into it, or a little bit of the apple, you can do what you want. The idea is to be as creative as you can in your kitchen. Do as you wish. Like I've said, and I keep saying to everyone, be the boss of your kitchen. Own your kitchen. Do it exactly the way you want to do it. So you can always innovate a little bit here and there to make it happen.
So whilst the oil is getting hot, what is this strip thing in the glass plate, transparent? Someone's come in late, so can you...
These are paneer cubes. I've taken the paneer of Amul. I've just cut them into 10 strips, and I've made my own breadcrumb mixture. In the breadcrumbs, I've added chili flakes. I've added a little bit of the chipotle seasoning. I've taken panko crumbs rather than the regular red breadcrumbs, and into that I've added in some refined flour, maida as you know it. I've added chili flakes, some chipotle seasoning, salt and pepper. Simply mix that together. I made a slurry out of flour and chas or Amul buttermilk, Amul Masti buttermilk. Just made that slurry. I dipped these pieces of paneer into that slurry, and then I coated it with this flavored seasoned breadcrumb as we call it, and now we are ready. I think my oil is done now. It really is taking its own sweet time today. Okay, I think we're sort of sorted. Yes, so I'm just adding these pieces inside.
Just put it off and... Okay, whilst this is happening, someone is saying, can you repeat the cheese sauce also? The cheese sauce recipe.
Okay, I took 1 packet of the Amul fresh cream, into which I've added 4 slices of the Amul cheese. Mix that. I've just broken the cheese pieces inside, and on a double boiler I cooked it till the sauce, the cheese melted and the sauce turned into this glossy mixture. Once that was done, all I have done is add in a tablespoon of jalapeno pepper. You could also add in some regular pepper if you like the taste of pepper, and I think a lot of us, particularly at our home, do like. You can add in some mustard if you would like at this point of time. You just have a regular sauce ready. I'm going to quickly start plating my sauce.
When can I eat all this?
You want to eat, or somebody else wants to eat?
I am reading what someone is saying.
You're most welcome. Make it, show it, and send it to me. Okay, I'm just frying 3 because I'm going to just plate 2 and show you. So that's my plate in which I'm going to place the tacos. I will turn it over, so don't worry, you'll get to see it exactly. Just allow me to simply show you how I would like you to. So what I've done is I've got a taco shell. All I'm going to do is take a little bit of this sauce and fill it here at the base. Okay, simply putting that. Into that, this fried taco, it goes in. I'm topping that with a little bit more sauce. Okay, I'm a little generous with cheese, hence that's what I'm doing. Next goes in the salsa. And then last but not the least is my garnish. Okay, sorry, I wanted to put in a lettuce leaf into it, but I just saw the time and I got a little hassled. So here I'm placing my taco. Once again, I'm taking the...
Is it a ready-made taco shell?
Yes, it's a ready-made taco shell. Absolutely, but it's not so difficult to make the taco shells.
Someone's asking, can you use the soft tacos? I think
yes, you can. I can show you one of that as well. So here it is. I'm just using the salsa. Placing the salsa on it, garnishing it, and here we go.
What's the garnish?
The garnish is simply that same green Bhavnagari pepper or the green chili, which I've topped it with a little bit of red chili, and I've put one herb sprig into it, and that's a rosemary sprig which I've just used for garnish. Okay, so here is the
okay.
Okay, this is just to show one of the soft shelled ones. You can take you can put a little bit of salsa, and you can decide whether you want to put it this way, you want to put it first, second. You could put some cheese on it, hold it together, and simply take that and bite into it. And here you've got an absolute ready-made mistake. It's always served two tortillas in one. The taco is the taco when it's served with a filling inside it in this manner. I hope you've enjoyed this cookout as much as I've enjoyed doing it. Thank you very much for being part of the evening. Have a good day, everyone. Be safe till I meet you again. Bye-bye.